Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Virginia, aka Orange Zeppelin, and we're just going to do a short and sweet video this month since that last month's video, the Shea Gorath Style Challenge, that took a very long time. I'm a little disappointed it took me so long to just get it taken care of, but it is what it is. This month my goal is to be low-key, to be very chill, much like this cat that I drew as a child. I'm fairly certain it's a cat. This has been hanging in the garage for like 25 years, even maybe more than that. It's my favorite thing that it's my favorite piece of childhood art. I love the bow tie. I love the just stoned face of the cat, the somewhat ambiguous number of limbs. We've got just a clown with maybe a body that is like off screen somewhere. We've got some festive party balloons. It's just a wonderful composition altogether. I don't know if these spots on the bow tie were supposed to be blue and I just forgot, or maybe that was an intentional stylistic choice. But I think it is I think it would be a wonderful idea to do a new version of this piece. You can't really improve perfection, but I can have fun trying anyway. So here are some sketches for the new envisioning of the piece. I'm going to keep the colors largely the same. I'm really only taking a few liberties. Kind of went back and forth on the number of visible cat limbs. I'm actually giving the clown a little ruffled collar because one of my art teachers in college was fascinated by ruffled collars as an art subject. He loved the shape and he just liked painting fussy, detailed things. I really hope you can't hear the crashing noises of the garbage truck in the background. That feels kind of like comedic timing here. We are going to be painting this in acrylic. We'll be using this canvas today. One of my coworkers actually gifted me a ton of canvases, and that was super nice of her. I really appreciated that. So without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, I'm doing what I call a sketch layer. In my Shea Gorath Style Challenge video that I uploaded last month, I did this with a water-based pen, but I found that the texture of the canvas was a little bit harsh on the pen tip. So with this painting, I decided to test out watercolors as my loose sketch, and I'm just using a cheap set of prong watercolors. As you'll see in a bit, this actually bled too much. Had I been a little more patient and waited a little bit longer, it might have worked better. And then I had the idea of using another kind of washable water-based marker that specifically has a tip that is designed to stand up to children with no motor control, namely a Crayola marker. I did realize that's very appropriate for this, considering how in the original piece of art, it was definitely made with Crayola products. This marker did have some drawbacks that I came across later on in the process, as the orange marker I pick kind of reactivated when I painted over it with acrylic washes, so there ended up being orange in places that I didn't necessarily want orange. This would have worked better with a different color, I think. Which you could absolutely do this just with pencil. You can actually do a preliminary drawing on a piece of paper exactly the same size as the canvas you want to paint on, and then you can rub charcoal or graphite on the back of the paper. You can place the paper on your canvas and then trace over your lines, and then that way you can transfer your drawing onto the canvas super easily. And then obviously you can just go straight in with acrylic washes and not even muck about with the whole preliminary process. I really like redrawing old art and revisiting things like this, which, as a teaser for a future video, I don't actually know when I'm going to have it ready, but I'm gonna share a how to draw book that I really liked as a kid, kind of in my late elementary school years. I was very influenced by it, but it was way over my head in terms of difficulty. I'm gonna be revisiting it. I'm already doing some warm-up art for the video. I'm really excited. I do have some critiques about the book and have some comments on why it wouldn't necessarily be a good book to start with. We'll go into those when that video comes out. So as for what's going on outside of the art cave, I ended up missing a video upload for July, and that is because it has been complete chaos at work. 4th of July weekend, absolute madness. I live in a very tourist-focused town, so the summer is always complete chaos. The week that I started this painting, I think we broke a sales record on one of these days. And I'm very proud to have hit my 2-year anniversary of working at this shop. If you're new to the channel, I work in a teeny little anime shop that's directly adjoined to a bakery. We just started selling manga, and I'm planning to take full advantage of that and read as much as I can during the slow periods that I'm hoping are gonna, start happening now. I have actually bought some manga already. I bought omnibus editions of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm super excited to reread that. I hit another important retail milestone of actually having to kick a customer out of the store because this wannabe gangster dude was throwing a giant tantrum, literally threatening to throw all the merch on the floor because I didn't give him a refund on a purchase that he didn't actually make. I know this might shock people. I can't refund you if you didn't buy anything. It was literally that dumb. Which he did leave when I very sternly told him to. He didn't leave quietly, but he did leave and I did not have to throw hands. So that was a thing. And then we also had a tsunami alert in July, so I was a little worried if I'd even have a shop to come into the next day, as we're literally right on the waterfront. I thought I'd be picking seaweed off of the Pokemon cards. Worse is that my house is less than a block away from the beach, so I thought I'd wake up to a yard of dead fish and a sailboat in my driveway. And then Ozzy died. Frickin' July was a month. But all in all, I was very happy to squeeze in some painting time. I actually had a few sessions where I was so in the zone that I kind of forgot I was supposed to be filming this, so I think I don't have footage for the entire last part of the painting. So I was about to call this painting done, and then I was thinking I don't really like how dark that spot and that spot got, so I'm actually gonna fix that real quick. Alright, so we are finished, and here are the two art pieces side by side. I do think this one is still the best. They're different interpretations of the same general scene. I think in this one, the cat and the clown are implied to maybe be friends, whereas in this one, I think the clown was not entirely honest about what was in the catnip brownies. I think the cat perhaps might be in grave danger in this situation. And well, here the cat seems to be looking directly at the viewer. We are being invited to be part of this scene. If you can tell what exactly is supposed to be going on in the background. In this one, the cat doesn't even know what planet he's on. The clown is inviting us into this scene, but I don't know if we want to exactly take him up on this invitation. So that will conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed this adventure we have gone on. Maybe you're inspired to recreate some of your own childhood art. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next episode.